Ma'am, were you able to see that?
Yes.
There's a entry on 12/25/2019. Is that correct?
Are you referencing like the instant message row? Yes. Yes.
All right. Does it, as far as participants, what does that show you? What does it tell you?
So it's listing the owner in reference to we'll say the first phone number, 8684. It's referencing that phone number as well as the Gmail account or iCloud account associated with the phone, and then it's listing a physical name of Brian Boone.
Okay, so it's showing Brian Boone as being the owner of the phone. Is that correct?
For that phone number and or one of the participants in that message conversation.
Did you recall seeing any other name associated with that phone number other than Brian Boone?
I'm not sure I'm understanding the question.
All right, when you did the analysis of this, and you would look for the participants and get that information, match it up with the phone number. Then in certain cases, they will show you the owner name because you said Apple is very detailed in some of their applications. So did you ever see another name associated with this account other than Brian Boone?
There was another iCloud account logged in on the physical phone.
Okay.
But there was no name attached.
There was no name attached. Okay.
Bless you.
Now, when you're identifying these sources as being either outgoing or incoming sources, and is that basically telling you what device is being used?
No, it's not indicative of a specific device other than we know outgoing. Obviously the source is the phone that we extracted that data from. In incoming messages, it does not let us know if the message was made through a Samsung Galaxy or another iPhone.
Okay. What identifying information do you get at that time?
In regards to receiving a message?
Yes.
In this case, or what's displayed there, it's going to give us the content of the message. It's going to give us the date and time that the message was sent or received. And again, like in your phone, it does depict either through a small notification arrows indicating ingoing or outgoing. So it's just displaying that version in text up there.
Okay. And then from there, it's basically telling you the number that it came from. Is that correct?
Yes, like in reference to that top row, it's saying that that message came from that phone number. Again, the top line item, last four digits is 8684. And then it's also listing the message participants.
It's not telling you the person who sent the message, is it?
Correct, just that it's originating from a phone number.
So if two people or more people had access to a phone, from this information, you wouldn't be able to tell who actually sent the message on any given time. Is that correct?
No, I'm not a fly on the wall and I can't see who's physically typing out messages.
Thank you, ma'am. No further questions.
Any redirect examination?
Other than just your subjective interpretation given the context of conversations.
Yes.
And if photographs or videos are taken during these conversations, that could be indicative of who is behind the phone device as well.
Based on sound and visuals, it does help.
Thank you.
Can this witness be released?
As far as the state is concerned, yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you're released. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
State, any other witnesses or evidence to call at this time?
Not for the morning presentation.
Okay, all right. Members of our jury, it is 12:21. At this point in time, we're going to go ahead and take our lunch break. We may have to work after 5 o'clock, possibly between 5:30 and 6. As I recall, with speaking with some of you, you have minor children and may need childcare to pick them up. Is there anyone here who has any concerns with regard to childcare staying till between 5:30 and 6? If you have those concerns, okay, juror in first row, third seat from the right. Yes, ma'am.
As long as we get a break between now and then and I can call someone, I should be fine.
I would absolutely give you that opportunity right now to do that.
Okay.
Is there anyone else who has concerns about childcare? If you're able to have childcare, ma'am, is that going to affect your ability to listen to the evidence this afternoon?
No, sir.
Okay. Can the parties approach for a moment? All right, ma'am, just you, not everybody. If you can step out back to the deliberation room and make those phone calls, take your time, and once you come back in, we'll pick up from there and just let me know if you're able to get coverage, okay? Thank you so much, ma'am. You may inquire.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello,
Whom do you work for?
the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your position with the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
I am currently a homicide cold case detective
How long have you worked for the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
since April of 2013.
And what positions have you held at the Orange County Sheriff's Office during that time?
So I began my career in uniform patrol, and then I moved on to the sex crimes unit as a detective, and then I moved on to the homicide unit as a detective.
In the homicide unit, tell us, what are your duties as a homicide detective?
To respond to obviously homicides and any death-related incidents.
And what type of training do you need to hold that position?
So I went to the police academy, and then after going to the police academy, I became a deputy, and then basically just having experience from other units and taking like homicide courses and like investigative courses to help me.
Is continuing training a condition of not only your employment, but also holding your position in the homicide unit?
Yes.
How is it that you became involved in this case?
So on February 24th of 2020, my partner at the time, Detective Scott Lowen, received a call. Our team in the homicide unit, there's 3 teams that have 4 detectives on each team with a supervisor, and then we have 1 sergeant. And so on that date, Detective Scott Lowen was basically screening calls for that day, and we were at the office, and he told me about the call.
Are all homicide investigations worked in tandem with another detective?
Typically, yeah, we normally always have a partner with us.
And tell us, why is it that we do that?
Well, honestly, it's more for court purposes if I weren't to be able to be in court. But it's also nice to just have someone else's perspective and training. We all come from different backgrounds, so it just kind of helps the investigation.
Once you received the call on this case, where was the first place that yourself and Detective Lowen went to?
We responded to the scene.
And when you say the scene, is that 4748 France Court?
Yes, I believe so.
And when you responded to the scene, who did you make contact with first there?
The first person I made contact with was Deputy Kayla Rodriguez.
And was Deputy Rodriguez able to convey you certain information at that time?
Yeah, she explained to me what had been said to her and basically what they have done.
And this location that you responded to, was the defendant present there at that time as well?
Yes, she was. She was outside.
And did you make contact with her?
Yes, I did.
During that time that you were initially there at the scene, did you walk the scene with the crime scene investigator in this case?
Yes, I did.
And when you walk the scene, just tell us some of your observations.
So when you first enter, immediately on the right, there's like a kitchen. And then if you continue down like a very small, short hallway, it opens up to the living room / dining room area. And so when I entered, I could see the victim, Jorge Torres, laying on the ground next to a blue suitcase.
Did you work with the crime scene investigator to identify potential pieces of evidence for collection?
Yes, I did.
Did you also have an opportunity to speak with the defendant in this case at that time?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness, which has been marked for identification as states T and states U and been shown to defense?
You may.
Ma'am, I'm showing you what's been marked for identification first as states T. Can you tell me, do you recognize what that item is?
Yes, I do.
Tell us, what is that item?
This is the first part of the interview that I conducted with Sarah Boone on the scene.
And did you have an opportunity to review that disc prior to coming to court today?
Yes, I did.
And does that disc fairly and accurately represent the conversation that took place between you and the defendant on February 24th, 2020?
Yes, the first part.
And is that your initials on the disc as well?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to move what's previously been marked for identification as states T into evidence.
Any
No
objection? All right, what was pre-marked as states T will be received without objection as States Exhibit 18.
Other than, I may have made a previous objection, other than pretrial issues.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, next I'm showing you what's been marked for identification as states you. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes, I do.
And tell us, what is that?
This is the second part of the interview with Sarah Boone on the scene.
On February 24th, 2020,
Correct.
and you had an opportunity to review that disc prior to coming to court today?
Yes, I did.
And does that disc fairly and accurately represent the second part of that interview that you conducted with Sarah Boone?
Yes, sir.
And is that your initials on the disc as well?
Yes, sir.
All right, this time I'd like to move what's previously been marked for identification as states you into evidence.
Any objections?
No objection.
What was pre-marked as states U will be received without objection as states 19.
And Your Honor, request permission to publish.
You may do so.
Today's date is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 16:57 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located in my unmarked vehicle out in front of 4748 Brant Lane, apartment number 3 in Winter Park, at the Tealwood Park Apartments. And also in the car with me is my partner.
Detective Scott Lowe.
And in the front seat is, can you state your name, ma'am?
Sarah Boone,
Okay, and your birthday?
10/10/77.
Okay. So, Sarah, I know you have talked to some deputies. I know we had a very brief conversation, just to reiterate what you told that deputy. But like I was explaining, I would like to get a more further understanding of what happened last night and ask you more detailed questions. I am going to read you your rights, but it's just because that's how we do things, okay? So you do have the right to remain silent, okay? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
Do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Okay. So, last night you said that you and your boyfriend George were here at your residence and didn't really leave that day. You said that he went to the store to buy cigarettes.
Yes.
What time was that around? If you recall. Was it light out still, dark out?
Yes, it was light out still.
It's still light out, okay. But he's the only person that left and he came back,
Yes.
I'm assuming? Okay.
It's right down the street.
It's down the street. Okay. And tell me what you guys were doing next. Like what was happening?
We had a bottle of wine. We painted, we drew, we did puzzles.
Do you remember what wine you guys were drinking?
It's wood Chardonnay.
Okay.
The bottles are in the trash.
Okay. Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you remember around like what time this was that you guys were sharing the bottle of wine, painting, doing puzzles?
I'm gonna say 4-ish.
Okay. And was this before he went to the store or after?
I'm sorry?
Had he already gotten home from the store at this point to buy the cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay. So it was around 4 p.m.
Ish.
that you realized, and you guys were doing,
Puzzles and art,
okay.
listening to music, enjoying each other's company.
And all downstairs, upstairs? Where did you guys?
Downstairs.
Downstairs, okay.
We usually sit on the back porch because we smoke, you know, I was smoking inside, so.
Okay. And who was here last night? Was it just the two of you?
Mhm.
Yep, okay. No one ever came over at any point?
No.
Okay.
We called his daughters on FaceTime.
Okay.
We were just literally just enjoying one another's company.
Okay. And you guys share the phone that you have,
Yes.
correct? Okay, and the phone's located in there, I think in the
Yes.
kitchen area? Yeah. Okay. So tell me what happens next. You're painting, you guys are doing this puzzle together, you obviously finished a bottle of wine.
Yes.
Did you have 1 or 2 bottles of wine?
Well, we had one previously that was maybe not even half full,
Okay.
but then,
So you finished that one and then you had the full one?
yes.
Okay.
And sorry, what was the question?
What did you guys do next after the bottle of wine? Like after you
Well, we
finished the wine?
We had the bottle of wine while we were doing our arts and crafts.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, just waiting, we were puzzled out, we were painted out.
Mm-hmm.
So being silly, let's play hide and seek, which we had played before. Like, I don't know if you've opened the door on the top of the stairwell, like, he and I have hidden in there before, like, just having fun and enjoying each other's company.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's literally all it was. And then the suitcase is downstairs because I was telling you we were going to do donations. And because it's not a very good suitcase, what was the question? I'm sorry.
You were just explaining to me that
Oh, he decided to hide in there. So, being silly, he and I were sitting there laughing at it, like with him in there. And then, so I didn't zip it up all the way, but I mean, enough to where his little fingers were out there and whatever, but still having a good time and whatever. Then I guess I decided to go upstairs, and I don't know, I fell asleep. So I woke up this morning and again thought he was downstairs on the laptop looking for a job, as he usually is. And then thought, where is he? Is he on the back porch? Is he in the bathroom? Like, where is he? And then I came to about the suitcase. So I opened the suitcase. I took him out, stretched him out, started to do CPR. Where air was coming out, and then like whatever gurgle. So I'm trying to do CPR on him. I'm shaking him, trying to get him to come to, but I can tell by looking at him, something was wrong. He's been losing his teeth lately and has been complaining about his chest hurts, which is why I keep trying to get him to go to the doctor, but because he nor I have a job or insurance, has been putting it off. So again, so I didn't know what to do, so I called Brian, my ex-husband. I called him, he came over, just walked in and then walked out. I grabbed my phone and I called you guys. From there, here we are.
Okay. The first time you woke up this morning, did you look at your phone to see what time it was?
No. Most of the time, like, I'll wake up, but because he nor I have a job, I'll usually just lay in the bed for a little bit longer because the house is clean, there's nothing else that we can do. Me thinking he's on the laptop looking for jobs, I can't use a laptop. So most of the time I'll just stay in the bed and collect my thoughts and get ready for the day.
So do you have any idea what time you woke up that first time? What time it may have been? I don't know if you guys have
I'm
that.
gonna say 11 something, 11 something,
Okay.
maybe.
Is that when you finally got up, or is that the first time you woke up?
No, that's the time that I decided to get up because I figured he was downstairs on the laptop. So let him look for jobs on the laptop, and then usually I'll clean, he'll look for jobs, or vice versa, where I'll look for jobs and he'll clean.
Okay. So you think you got out of bed after 11 at some point?
Yes.
Okay. But we can't recall which time. Do you think you were up for like hours before that, or collecting your thoughts?
Brian, because I was supposed to have my son today to pick him up from school. Brian usually calls to make sure, hey, are you sure you're getting Lucas today? Because I've had job interviews.
Right.
Are you going to pick up Lucas? So after he called like maybe 3, 4 times, maybe 5, I finally answered, and that's like.
Do you think you were sleeping and missed those calls?
No, I ignored them.
You ignored them?
Because he's notorious for blowing up my phone.
Okay.
But I understand why, because he's making sure that Lucas gets home.
Right, yeah, okay.
And to do whatever he needs to do day-wise so he can schedule around it.
Were you upstairs in your room at that time when you were ignoring those phone calls?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're not really sure what time you woke up initially, but you were upstairs collecting your thoughts. You figured he was on the laptop downstairs, so you were just getting ready for your day.
Yes.
You finally got out of bed at sometime after 11 a.m. and had gone downstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Looking for him. And was
Couldn't find him, looked outside, couldn't find him anywhere.
He wasn't in the bathroom. I was thinking maybe he's in the bathroom. But then I came to.
And then you called Brian.
Yes.
He came over.
Yes, he came over.
That's down the road, right? Not very far. He came over, walked in, basically walked out. You called 911.
Yes, I had my phone in my hand. I just wanted to wait for him to get there because I didn't know what to do.
Great. Okay. And then we arrived.
Like, I couldn't, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened, but like, my whole thing is the whole, like, teeth losing thing, and I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He and I were having an amazing time yesterday like we normally do.
No arguments?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
And the thing with him though is, which is why we've been doing puzzles and artwork lately, is that he's been stressing about a job, of course,
Of course.
which we've talked about. So what I did was start having him do puzzles and artwork to keep his mind off of it.
Okay.
His ex-wife is all over him about sending money, which he can't do because he doesn't have a job.
Right.
So he was stressing about that. He's been stressing about the job. But that's why I started to buy puzzles and paint to get his mind off of them, which is what I don't know if you noticed on the wall in there, it's all of our artwork and stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know, I mean, music, art, and playing with the dogs, dancing around the room with the dogs. And then decided to play hide and seek. Because we're always trying to outdo each other on where we can hide the best.
How often do you guys play hide and seek?
Gosh, that was maybe the third time? Maybe.
Okay. Is it a more recent game you've gotten into, or 3 times in total in your relationship you're talking about?
Lately.
Lately.
Because again, like, we were puzzled out. We painted already, so why not?
So you were downstairs hanging out. Do you remember around what time you guys started playing hide and seek?
Honestly, I don't.
Do you remember if it was dark out?
It was dark.
Okay.
It was dark. But my thing is like when I spend time with him and I try to get him to start doing it, I don't look at the clock.
Okay.
I'm here with him and we're having a good time. I don't need to know what time it is.
Right. I didn't know if you were like on your phone, if you got a text message, if you got a phone call last night.
We called his daughters yesterday, FaceTime.
Right. What time was that at?
I don't know without looking at my phone.
Okay.
But ended up,
Would that be the only activity that you had yesterday on your phone?
I called Lucas. I talked to Lucas, he's my son.
Okay.
I was calling.
Morning,
No, it was evening.
evening. Okay.
But
I'm just trying to help you, like, remember as like something you did right before hide and seek that would help you remember a time or give us a good time frame, because that's important for us to know. I want to be able to tell the doctors
I
that.
don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay. So when you called Lucas, was it before or after hide and seek?
Before.
Okay. And when you called and FaceTime, his daughters before or after hide and seek?
Before.
Okay. And did you call the daughters first and then Lucas, or Lucas first and then the daughters?
I never talked to Lucas, but then we talked to the daughters afterwards.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't remember if she called us. No, I know he called Cookie. But yes, we called her.
What are the 2 daughters' names, or just one? Did you say one
He has
daughter?
3 children. It's Anna, Cookie, what her real name is Destiny. And then he has a handicapped son, Georgie.
Okay. Who did you call though yesterday? Who did you call?
Cookie,
And what is Cookie's real name?
Destiny.
Does she have his last name or something else?
It's Torres. Yes, she remarried, but I don't know her last name.
Okay. Okay, so you know it's dark out, but you're not really sure what time it is. You play hide and seek. How long do you guys play hide and seek before he decides to get into the suitcase?
Wasn't
Approximately.
really. I hid upstairs in the shower
Mm-hmm.
and then came downstairs because I was tired of hanging out in the shower.
Okay.
So that's when he was playing around in the suitcase. So
Okay.
because we both thought it was funny that,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, I'm gonna zip you up. Uh-huh, you didn't come look for me. So again, it's a broken suitcase, but
What do you mean by broken?
it's only got one of these. But because I didn't zip it up all the way, he was doing the
You mean it doesn't have like the pull part?
correct.
Okay, but it
No, I think it's got a, what do you call it? A paper clip.
Okay. So the zipper to it is missing, like the actual zipper that attaches to it to help you open and close is missing, but you think a paper clip was on it instead?
I believe there's a paper clip on it, because I know that the last
That's what
time.
you use to like help assist you?
Well, or you can just stick your fingers in there and
Right, yeah.
unzip it yourself, which is why I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay. So how much did you zip it up?
I mean, I don't really know.
You said his fingers were able to stick out?
Yeah, 2 fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm figuring he'll get it. But then I wanted to go upstairs and waited for him, and eventually I guess I fell asleep. I had the dogs in the bed with me, was warm, and then fell asleep.
So you guys are joking he's in there. You said you could see 2 of his fingers?
Yes,
And then, like, you just decided, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs now, or?
because I figured he would get out and then go upstairs and have intimate relations like we normally do. But I fell asleep and
Okay,
he never came upstairs. So again, I'm thinking he's downstairs on the laptop earlier today. And then remember.
okay. So is this something that do you guys play hide and seek before you have sexual intercourse, or do you guys just play hide and seek because you're bored and you're just trying to pass time and it's fun?
We were, again, puzzled out. Can't paint anymore. Even started to purge some of the art that's on the wall now, so.
Permission to publish 19?
You may.
Today's date is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 17:16 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. My first recording on a separate digital recorder. The memory became full and we can no longer record. But I am in my unmarked agency vehicle with, can you state your name, ma'am?
Sarah Boone?
And my partner, Detective Scott Lowen. We are outside in my unmarked agency vehicle outside of 4748 France Lane, number 3 in Winter Park, collecting a statement from Sarah. Okay, Sarah, just for recording purposes, because it did technically stop and I wasn't able to say the time that it stopped prior, we have not talked anything further, not on recording.
Correct.
Okay, and you do understand that you don't have to speak with me if you don't want to, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I think I asked you, my last question was, and I'm not sure if you may have answered it or not, but my last question was, you guys were just playing to have fun and it wasn't like something you do right before like sex thing?
No.
Or it's just because
Just
you
us
were,
being silly.
okay. But you do say that you are intimate. Are you guys intimate every single night?
No, not every single night.
Okay.
But I mean,
Did you think it was gonna happen last night?
Yes.
Did you guys talk about it, or you just
No.
assumed like, oh, we're probably gonna have sex tonight?
yes.
Okay.
Which normally after we do the puzzles and artwork and everything, yes.
Okay.
We were just having a good time,
Okay.
just enjoying each other's company,
And so,
dancing with the dogs.
at any point, when he was in the suitcase, did you hear him say, please let me out?
No.
Was he?
We were laughing about it.
Yeah, okay. Did you make any jokes about it? Oh, you're in the suitcase, but I know you had said that you were left upstairs and he didn't basically come find you. Did you make any jokes about, oh, okay, well,
No.
now you're in the suitcase?
No.
Okay. But I'm assuming the game was over, like you guys weren't gonna continue to play hide and seek anymore? Like you went upstairs and went into the room?
Right, waiting for
Okay.
him.
Okay. And you said you laid down?
Yes, the dogs got in the beds.
Do you guys sleep together in the room every single night?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Okay. And which side of the bed do you sleep on? Like if
Okay, here's the bed. I'm on the left side, he's on the right-hand side, because I've got Lucas's pictures over here, he's got his kids' pictures over here.
okay, so you're
So towards
closer to
the wall.
the door or closer to the other? Are you closer to the door to exit your room, or is he closer?
He is.
Okay. So where the pictures of Lucas are on that side, that's your side?
Correct.
Okay. And is that where you slept last night? Did you sleep in the middle of the bed? Did you sleep on your side of the
I
bed?
slept on my side.
Your side? Okay. And I noticed there's like one pillow on the bed, and then there were like 3 up against the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Are those his pillows, and he brings them into bed, or what's?
No, when I woke up, what I normally do is, I don't know if you noticed the mice that we have in there, Lucas's mice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll make the bed, excuse me, clean the mouse cage, and then go downstairs.
Okay.
So, but what I'm saying is that normally I'll fix up upstairs and then I'll head downstairs.
Okay.
So that's why those were over here, was because I was trying to fix up the bed a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Were they in the bed prior? Like when you went to sleep, how many pillows were in your bed?
We only have the 2.
You 2. Okay.
Well, it's the 2 white ones, king size ones. When we watch movies,
Mm-hmm.
we'll put it behind the white one, and then the third pillow just goes in between everybody else.
Okay. Do you use one pillow to sleep, or do you each have one, right? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so you just basically didn't finish making the bed, is my understanding. That's why the pillows are up against there's like 3 pillows up against the closet.
Yes.
They're like standing.
Yes,
Okay.
because I'll move all the pillows off and then I'll shake out the bed and then put everything back together.
Okay. Okay, and, did he say anything to you while he was in the suitcase? I know you guys were laughing, joking, but was any jokes made? Was anything said?
No, nothing negative or anything like, I'm telling you.
Just
like,
anything that he said, like,
We were laughing about it.
mm-hmm.
I mean, and I waited for him upstairs.
Okay.
Did you tell him you were going upstairs, or?
No, I did not. I literally went upstairs to wait for him.
Was the line, was it all gone at this point while you guys were playing hide and seek?
I think so.
Okay. Is it, at that point, I mean, I don't know how often you drink, but would you say that you were under the influence and he was under the influence, or
Well, I mean, we weren't drunk.
weren't drunk? Okay.
We weren't drunk. I mean, we had a handful of glasses throughout the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we weren't like inebriated where you couldn't drive. You could still, I mean, we were compass mentis. That's what I'll say. Both of us were compass mentis.
Okay.
Perhaps explain that one to me.
Yeah, I don't know what that word means.
I mean, we had our wits about ourselves.
Okay.
That's why he and I were
Here's
playing.
the thing, though. This isn't a trick question. You're at your home. You're consenting adults. If you're drinking, say you were drunk. There's no law against it.
Right.
Nobody's judging you. You're at home.
Neither one of us were drunk.
Okay.
We were just,
I'm just trying
At the
to
giddy
let you know
stage.
Okay.
that's what it was. Listening to music and dancing with the dogs.
Okay. Well, luckily his blood alcohol level will show us at the autopsy as well too, so, you know, we have that as well. Okay, so,
There was no ill will between the two of us last night.
yeah.
None.
When's the last time you guys have gotten into an argument?
Maybe last week.
Okay. Over just normal relationship stuff, or?
It's a little bit of everything because he and I both stressing about jobs.
Right.
It's been extremely depressing for him where he worked up here at it used to be an Ace Hardware, but Ace dropped them as a franchise because of how bad the store is going down, and he thoroughly enjoyed his job and everybody he worked with. But it's between stuff like that, and then of course we've got the bills that we have to pay, and I've been having to ask Brian, my former husband, for money to pay for electricity and hot water for Lucas and groceries.
Okay.
So I think that, of course, because he can't support me, has been bothering him, which is why I bought a new puzzle for the two of us to do.
Right.
And that's what we were working on in the painting.
Okay. Do you guys normally argue often, not often, weekly, every other?
It all depends on like if he had a good day or a bad day kind of thing, where he would just be happy to come home and see me because he knows that it's going to get better. And then most of the time he would go for a drink and we would sit on the back porch. He would tell me about his day and we would have a glass of wine and then kind of start our evening-ish kind of thing and smoke. But then we would go inside because we're tired of being outside. And then that's when we started to do the art and puzzles. And then listening to music and playing with the dogs. And it's a thing, tired, you're it kind of thing.
Gotcha. Is there anything he drinks specifically, like his go-to drink, or?
It's honestly whatever it is we can afford,
Okay.
which is why we used to drink, like liquor, but
Right.
like months ago,
Right.
which is why we have the wine.
Wine. Okay.
What did you guys make for dinner last night?
He made a pork sandwich with cheese. And what was it that I think I made a sandwich. And some chips.
You guys didn't have to go out and get anything? You had anything there?
Yes.
Like a sandwich, or like a deli sandwich, like deli meat sandwich, or do you think you have pork ham? Like a ham?
I made a pork one the other day for me, him, and Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
And they were leftovers, so he
had that.
He made a pork loin sandwich with cheese, and I had there's ham in it.
Ham sandwich with chips. Okay.
Does he normally come up to bed, or will he do the typical guy thing where he's downstairs and will fall asleep on the couch?
I mean, he's done that before just because of his crappy day that he had, but yes, we'd sleep in the same bed.
You normally sleep?
Yes.
Do you guys go to bed at the same time?
Most of the time, yes. But because he's been very excited about looking for a job, he might stay downstairs for half an hour, 45 minutes, and then would come upstairs, and he and I would watch movies together until it's just, okay, there's no more movies that we want to watch. And then we would just turn the lights off and go to sleep.
Last night, when you said you went upstairs, do you have like a ritual that you do prior to going to bed? Like, do you brush your teeth, wash your face, put on TV? Is there any like normal things that you do?
Me and myself? No. I mean, I'll go upstairs, maybe like rinse my mouth out with Listerine.
Okay. Do you recall what you did last night?
I just got in the bed with the dogs,
Okay.
waiting for him.
And how long do you think you were up waiting for him until you passed out?
I wouldn't say I necessarily passed out.
Oh,
I,
obviously.
yes, he knows too that I'll go upstairs sometime because of how tired I am,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he'll just give me my space a little bit. Maybe I'll watch a show and then he'll come upstairs. So, I mean, not out of the ordinary.
No, I know, but last night, how long do you think it was prior to you falling asleep?
Oh,
Like, how long did you wait up for him?
maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I mean, I literally, I dozed off, warm in the bed with the dogs, waiting for him.
Okay.
I didn't even bother turning the TV on. Just got in the bed. He knows too that I would go upstairs because of how tired I am. He knows. Like, I'm mentally exhausted. So,
Who usually gets up first? I mean, are you an early riser? Is he an early riser?
He
Or
is.
he's usually an early riser?
yeah, he has to be at work by 8 o'clock, so he'll usually wake up at like 6:30-ish if I don't have Lucas.
How long has he been out of work?
Gosh, maybe, well, he did some odd job stuff up there. But I think his last day was like Friday 2 weeks ago.
So he hasn't worked in about 2 weeks?
Yes.
And during that 2 week period, has he maintained just his body naturally wakes up early, or does he?
Yes, it's his body clock.
Okay. What time is that normally?
Like 6:30, 6:45-ish. But again, if I have Lucas here, I have to take him to school, so we're up at like 6:30. I'm feeling really like weird, guys. Like lightheaded.
Okay.
Like I feel really weird right now.
Do you feel like you're getting sick?
No, I'm not sick. Just I don't know.
Do you need food?
I haven't even fed my dogs today. The mice need to be taken care of still. I don't think they have any food. But again, I'm going downstairs on the laptop, so he can use the laptop and then I'll use the laptop afterwards.
So it wasn't when you woke up this morning, it wasn't out of the ordinary that he wasn't there?
What
You
do you mean?
didn't wake up this morning and go, oh, where's George? You woke up thinking, okay, George got up like he normally does before me.
And it's downstairs on the laptop looking for jobs.
You had made a comment earlier that he's losing his teeth.
Yes.
What is
I think we don't know. I think that's one of the things subconsciously that has been really on his mind also, is that he keeps losing his teeth. Like, he just would break off, he lost a whole molar or something in the back the other day while we're eating. And then he keeps talking about how his chest, and I'm blaming it on stress.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is. I don't know what the teeth thing is. I know it can't be a good sign.
You said he got into, you said an argument, but he had a bunch of facial injuries where he had reconstructive surgery?
Yes.
So he and his brother got into
Yes.
a fist fight?
Oh my gosh, it was horrific, yes.
Was it, I mean, usually when you have that much damage, it's more than just a fist fight. His brother hit him with something?
No, wait till you guys see Mo. Mo is a gorilla. Like, he's,
Is possibly that's what's causing the teeth to get messed up?
Did they have to do work on his teeth or his jaw or
just his
anything?
eyes.
His eyes.
Just the orbital sockets?
Yes. Well, and they fixed his nose too.
Okay. Now, the damage to his eyes, is that still, I mean, is it noticeable or?
No.
Okay, so when they fixed the sockets, they came back and you couldn't tell that they'd been damaged?
I couldn't tell, but his children recognize it, where they say he doesn't look like the same dad.
Okay.
But to me, I've never noticed it.
No other damage to the jaw, the forehead, anything like that?
No. It was just his eyes and his nose.
Bless you.
You said he's been complaining of chest pains?
He had mentioned it a couple times, where I'm just blaming it on stress, but again, I kept trying to encourage him with or without money, go to a walk-in clinic.
Yeah.
You'll eventually get a bill. But the teeth thing has been worrying me also, and I didn't want to say anything to him about it. But we were in the process of eating dinner, and a tooth comes out. That's scary to me, and a red flag, if you ask me.
Well, this is the reason I was asking what you guys had for dinner last night. What is his dietary habits been lately? I mean, he looks super thin to me. Now, I don't know George, but he does not look like he's an average
He
weight.
eats, believe it or not, like a horse. Like he'll eat like 4 or 5 times a day. Again, one of the things that has been concerning me, which you will be the first people that I actually say this to, is his weight for the amount of food that he eats throughout the day, how he doesn't gain any weight. He and I and Lucas going out to Publix every time we step on the scale, and he continuously loses weight.
How
Well, I don't even want to step on the scale anymore.
long has this been going on for?
Months.
So way before losing his job.
Yes. It's been ongoing. I mean, I'm not going to say months, I can say at least a good year.
Okay.
And he eats like a horse.
And you said you don't know of any drug history?
Since I've been with him and known him, he's never done drugs. But I know him growing up in Philadelphia, he had a bad stint with marijuana and alcohol. If and when you talk to his children and or his ex-wife, she will tell you. His family will tell you. But since he's been with me, no, I have not. He's never done drugs, Alan.
Your phone, is it password protected or
Yes.
touch screen?
It's password protected.
Does George know the password as well?
He doesn't know the code, but he does the face thing.
His face will
Recognition.
on it? Okay.
And the only reason why I have that is because I lost 2 phones previously where I can't, before I had the passcode was somebody else being able to get into my phone because I lost it twice. So that's the only reason why I have it.
Oh, like that's the reason you put a password on it,
Yes.
just in case you lost your phone?
Yes.
Okay, so do you recall what time you went to bed?
I know that it was after midnight
Okay. How do you know that? Like, what makes you remember that?
because I walked up the stairwell and we have a clock that's on top.
Like, you see it as you're walking up the stairwell?
Yes. You have to turn the corner and it's right here.
Okay. And you don't remember when you went into the shower, around what time it was, looking at that same clock?
I didn't shower. I mean, I showered earlier in the day.
No, when you said you hid in the shower when you were playing hide and seek?
Yes.
Did you happen to look at that clock then and see what time it was?
No, I just happened to look up on my way.
Going to bed? Or going into the room?
Yes.
Okay, so it's after midnight. Do you think it was before 1 a.m. though? Was it between midnight and 1 or?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, if I had to say, it was like 12:30-ish.
Okay. Okay, and when you went upstairs, you and George were no longer having a conversation, laughing about the suitcase. You just decided to go upstairs.
No, we were laughing about it.
Okay, so you continued to joke about it as you were going upstairs,
Yeah.
thinking he'll just get himself out, and then.
Yes, that's why I didn't close it all the way. That's why I didn't close it all the way. I'm like, he'll be up here in a minute now. But then, I guess I dozed off. And again, I'm thinking he's downstairs on the laptop this morning. Because he gets out of bed before I do, most of the time.
When you put him in or when he got into the suitcase,
Yes.
correct? So the suitcase now, if we're looking at it, what side was his head on when he got into the suitcase and you zipped him? Was his head like on the, if we're looking
If
at
it's
it.
like this,
Uh-huh.
his head was here. The hole was here.
So his head was closer to where,
Yes.
like, when you close it, his head was closer to where it's closed.
No, that's where his head's here. This is him doing the finger thing over here.
Right, so his head is closer to where you can close it. So when you close it, his head is on that side. Or his head is on the opposite side of where you close it. Because there's obviously an open, there's one in the suitcase is open, and then when it's shut. And it's obviously, the zipper's on opposite sides.
So if you do this, yes,
Mhm.
his head was here, where the zip part was.
Okay. Okay.
But again, that's why I didn't set it up all the way.
Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know that we haven't asked you?
I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know, again, if he had like a heart attack or an aneurysm or what. Like, I don't know what happened.
Do you keep your phone on you? Like, is it always in your possession?
No. Because it's a community phone between me and him, like if he needs it, most of the time it's on the kitchen counter.
Okay.
Where it's like he knows that's where my phone is, or hey, after you're done talking to Lucas, do you mind if I call my daughters? So
Right.
it's our phone.
No, I get it. I just,
But no, I don't walk around with my phone on me all the time.
okay. Did you bring it upstairs with you when you were going to bed?
No.
No. Okay. So it stays downstairs.
No.
Or is downstairs with him?
Yes, he's downstairs with him. Because that's how I heard my phone ringing and I knew it was Brian because he called over and over and over and over again, which is what he does.
So you assumed it was him, but you didn't know Brian was calling you, but you assumed it was Brian.
Yes, because he calls back to back to back to back to back to back. Until I eventually finally answer.
Okay. Okay, so your phone was downstairs.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you promise and swear everything we've talked about has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But may I ask you though, because I was telling you guys about it earlier,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know if I'm afraid for my life at this point.
I know. But
I'm afraid.
I don't know anything about your guys' history. Like, I don't know, other than the family not liking you, like,
And they get upset because of the drinking. And just the things that we have gone through, and I know that they don't want him to be with me, but he and
are
I,
they gonna tell me that he's an alcoholic?
probably.
Okay. Are they gonna tell me that you're an alcoholic?
They'll say that, but they don't know, they assume,
Okay. Why do they say that he's an alcoholic?
because of his track record in Philadelphia and all of the things that he has done. Cars that he's wrecked, ex-wives' cars. He's been divorced twice. And he has, yes, they'll say that.
Okay.
They'll say that, but they don't know, they just assume.
Okay. Well, people have their opinions, okay? You can't not, there's nothing you can do about someone having an opinion and saying something like that. As far as what's going on here, I've told you, prior, we don't know what happened. So I understand you feel like they're gonna not accept, what happened and they're gonna think that it's your fault, but at this time, we cannot conclude and say anything differently. I know we talked about you possibly going somewhere else for tonight. You have to do what you have to do to keep yourself safe, but at this point in time, no one has made a threat to you. No one has done anything.
I just haven't said anything to him yet.
Right, but we will obviously talk to them, and of course, we're gonna instruct them that this is an ongoing investigation.
I think I'm my son.
Well, your son's with Brian, and is gonna stay with Brian. So, we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it. I know you're fearful of it now, but nothing has happened to where you're in fear based off past history and what they think of you and how,
They threaten me all the time.
do you have proof, or is it all verbal? Like, would it be in your phone?
No, it's verbal.
Okay.
It's verbal.
So it's he said versus she said, or she said versus she said. So
Yeah, hey, they've been really nasty to me. Really nasty to me.
it's gonna be a shock. It's gonna be that they're gonna Everyone handles things differently. We're not gonna leave there with them hooting and hollering.
She's going to
and
collapse,
being upset.
and then they're gonna all come over here.
Okay, well, who's gonna collapse? I don't even know.
His mom.
His mom? What's his mom's name?
Blanca.
Is that her government name, or is that just what you call her?
No, I think that's her government name.
And you said she lived around here?
They live down the street.
When's the last time you said he doesn't even really talk to his family because he chose you over them, so when's the last time you've seen them or talked to them?
I believe he did something with his brothers a couple of weeks ago, but I don't go over there.
Okay. Like, so if he goes over there, you do not go?
No.
But he did something with his brothers
I'm guessing so. I know that they come up to his job all the time.
when he was working there?
Yes.
Okay.
So they
So,
don't come, I mean, they have come over here and have just been completely disrespectful.
okay.
And again, he ended up having to tell them, don't come over here if you're gonna act like that and treat Sarah like that.
Do you know their address?
I have it inside, I know it's Baja Boulevard, but if you go down, what is this out here? Goldenrod,
Mhm.
there's a Twisty Treat ice cream place on the right-hand side, and you turn down that road. And then you make a left, and then you'll see Baja, and you make a right, and their house is white, and it's fenced in, and it's got a whole bunch of garden flowers.
I'm gonna end my recording, is that okay? Okay.
One quick question, just out of curiosity. I'm noticing your front door, it has a bunch of dents in it. What is that from?
When we moved in, they were already there.
I don't see any other doors with dents like that.
Whoever it was that lived here previously, I know it was a girl, but that was here when we moved in.
This ends our recording 17:47.
While you were on the scene on February 24th, did you also make contact with Ryan Boone?
Yes, before I spoke to Sarah Boone, yes.
And did you have an opportunity to interview him?
Yes, I did.
While on scene, did you also begin the process of examining the defendant's cell phone?
I did not examine it myself, but we have a waivers and affidavits form that has a consent portion on it. And so I did start doing the paperwork for that.
You obtained consent from the defendant in this case?
Yes, on scene to search through her cell phone.
And what time did you become aware of the videos on her cell phone?
So a digital forensic investigator responded out to the scene, and she responded out a little after 7 p.m. And I would assume she probably started doing, whatever she needed to do. And then a short time later, she came over and got my attention and expressed to me that I needed to look at something in her phone.
And these were the Suitcase videos, correct?
Yeah, they were two separate videos from the night prior.
When you observed these videos, what actions did you take?
When I observed the videos, I directed the digital investigator to stop processing and downloading her phone any further, and that I was going to write a search warrant for her cell phone.
Did you obtain that search warrant for her cell phone?
Yes, it was signed by a judge the next day.
And she was obviously able to finish the digital analysis, correct?
Yeah, she was able to get the full download as well. She had already gotten the videos downloaded the night prior, but she was able to do whatever she does to get the full download.
In the course of your interview with the defendant, you were relayed information that I guess she had gone to Publix the previous day. Is that correct?
In the interview?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, well, I'm sorry, in the interview that we just listened to about going to Publix?
In the course of speaking with her, did you learn that she had gone to Publix?
Yes, I was under the impression that that George had gone to Publix.
Did you follow up with that Publix for surveillance video in this case?
Yes, I went to the Publix to gather surveillance video.
And were you able to find that video of them at Publix the previous day?
Yes.
Your Honor, request permission to publish Stage 2.
You may.
Ma'am, I'm first going to show you the video taken from Publix on February 23rd, 2020 at approximately 12:15 p.m. Ma'am, using the laser pointer, could you please identify the victim and the defendant on this video?
This is the defendant, and this is the victim.
You can advance the video. Do you see the bottle of wine that was purchased in this video?
Yes, it's right here.
We could move on to the publication of the second surveillance video. Can you identify Mr. Torres for us in this video?
Yes, it's right here.
Is that the second bottle of wine?
Yes.
All right. In the course of your investigation, did you also interview individuals from the apartment complex while they were living?
Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to also interview their neighbors as well?
Yes, I did.
Did you interview Juan Torres?
Yes, the following day.
And did you attend the autopsy in this case?
Yes, the following morning.
Your Honor, may I approach with the defense?
Yes. All hands have been raised. Thank you very much. State, you may continue.
On February 25th of 2020, did you set up a follow-up interview with the defendant in this case?
Yes, I did.
And that was after you had attended the autopsy that morning, correct?
The interview, the follow-up interview was to be conducted after the autopsy. Not necessarily set up, but it was to be conducted after the autopsy.
I apologize if I misspoke on that.
Sorry.
Was that interview recorded?
Yes, it was, audio and video.
And where did that interview take place?
Central Operations at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness what's been marked for identification as states S and shown to the defense?
You may.
Ma'am, I'm showing you what's been marked for identification as states S. Tell me, do you recognize that disc?
Yes, I do.
And tell us, what is this disc?
This is the follow-up interview conducted on February 25th, 2020 at Orange County Central Operations with the defendant, Sarah Boone.
And does it fairly and accurately represent the interview that took place between yourself and the defendant?
Yes,
And is that your initials on this disc?
it is, yes.
And you had an opportunity to review it prior to coming to court today?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time I'd like to move what's been marked for identification as states S into evidence.
The only objection is from the previous pretrial issues.
The state will, or court will receive an evidence that was pre-marked as states S over objection as states Exhibit 20.
Your Honor, request permission to publish.
Momentarily. Members of the jury, I have an instruction to read to you before the Exhibit 20 is published to you. Members of the jury, you are about to view and listen to a video recording. The court instructs you that the recording has been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording has been edited should not concern you in any way and must not impact the way you view, listen to, and consider this evidence.
Sure. So obviously, you received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it. Just like we did yesterday. Just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights? Your rights? Yeah. So it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay? All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me? No. And do you understand what I just read you? Yes. Perfect. Okay. So this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So so he's got scratch marks to his back. I know that's wrong. Okay. And it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit and then you have to get a mark from it. You'll get bruising. Like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little. I haven't swollen. Okay.
I've also too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know. And he's notorious for running into the wall or the halteres. So
Okay. What about the scratches? There's also sex?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's wrong.
And they're all recent. Like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is. No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over the house too, so.
But your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh, gosh.
My understanding is there last Tuesday?
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday. We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday? And then
That's why I'm thoroughly confused, because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine, and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on his head, his skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
I
Consider
have not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
How would you get those in?
Tell me, we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay, are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately, even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and slides and everything. It's been good. I don't even know where it's coming from.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, a month ago, where you got the injury, right? You said that was
I'll say a
a
few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last physical altercation between the two of you. You said a month ago you hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Hold on.
We've been good. I don't know if, since the last time he got out of jail, we've been good. He's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So.
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
The probation officer?
No, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so.
Give or take.
Right, so what do you mean by he comes after you?
He gets belligerently drunk.
Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken. And at one point, I started documenting everything. Okay. So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split forehead, he split my nose. I've got this. Right. I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have almost what? I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad, where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards and then tend to it. And then put me in the back of the leg. Right. So it's.
And why are you still with him?
Everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him. Like I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way. From where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state. I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I have a bad hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things, and I think he gets overwhelmed. And then it's like, next thing you know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go, so I'm going to go upstairs and read a book, or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Or I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that. So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke come out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill. And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers. She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording, like, that you were not drunk, he was not drunk, you guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-complimented, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control. So,
I'm just saying, you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics, we are not, you know, but you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand, and it got physical?
No.
Or is it?
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know, I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine and I'll be fine, but I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you? Like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over.
Yeah,
And then that you had wine. Well, I don't even know how did you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he like leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, cause
I can't talk about it.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it. Okay. So what he'll do is he'll start, go by Publix, and then on the way back, catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
Is that what you did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because next thing I know, he's walking in with bottles.
Okay.
So it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus, there's stuff that are around the house that I have to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry, he'll go run out and do whatever.
So where were you guys
It's
at on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday?
I told us you weren't drunk. No, I was not drunk. I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, okay, man, where I told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down.
Bless you.
And another thing too is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he's listening to is a little rough around the edges, and like just, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because I mean, we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzles, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, that dog, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him, because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. And he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out, or upcoming.
Okay. So in your laptop you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I mean, and then it was,
So you said it was a good day, like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship? You guys didn't go down, like, the rabbit hole, like, had too many to drink, and you guys started getting...
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say with just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's just, it's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because...
I'm talking about the money, jobs, stress,
yes.
nothing
No.
relationship-wise, though, like, no issues, like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about...
Just
like
what's going on right now.
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship,
Right.
where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you, like I have almost everything. Not a worry, just tell me, get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like, it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting, listen to music, or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room, and then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here, it is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I miss him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to...
I never stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now, and I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah, we just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I did documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end. But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered. Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say, she's wonderful. That's one of my questions to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer and then to his
substance abuse class in his, I don't know what BIP stands for, Veterans Intervention Program. And actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together. Where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show him, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches, to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
And when you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors told me that. The office, property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see it on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, taken him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down to the building.
I know.
The next day.
I know.
was that your laptop?
What did I tell you? Oh, previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and started throwing out his crap and just throwing it, like the car would jostle, just throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go, they got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is, he pursues me. So, I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and tilt his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come get off of work, you can do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday, or whatever it was. I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm gonna go ride my bike. I'm gonna go upstairs and read a book. But every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look at some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just gonna be upstairs and watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that's what happens, we really do that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
You're talking about this is like recent, or you kind of like lost me, like when
It was a little while ago.
Now you're talking about tension building up and like you need space, so have you been feeling that way lately, or?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, my thing is too, so you wanna know, I hate you, can't talk to her, but, Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and she's like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not like as recent, but which is why he doesn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday?
No, I'm just saying previously why the incidents would happen is she played a big part in it.
Okay.
On top of job, and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
No, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any timelines better, like what time you guys were playing, what time he was zipped up in the luggage, what time he went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then
you just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start. And talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that had him come inside. So we
At the time, do you remember what time that was, is what she's asking?
And you said you went up to bed around midnight, and fell asleep around 12:30-ish. But those were the only times I had. So I had 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
like when we started to play, hide and seek.
yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about behind the desk. We were out there too long. Maybe about 6-ish.
You're
Then,
talking about from hanging out outside and like, okay.
well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there.
Right.
Just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus it's starting to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So, let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore. All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Started at the top, paint, whatever. Maybe, gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is my coming to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want the hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag your it. We're so like, okay, we know. Okay, take off. That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs, and then you didn't come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship? When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there,
Yes.
and it was in play because,
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well, I mean, we were playing.
no, I know,
That
but
time, but
I'm saying, well, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so.
the suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, reservations, and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously, I understand, you know, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter, you were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last thing running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs. So,
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday? No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password?
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay, does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's
Yeah.
your phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sure, I can have your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how did you get into it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and give it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like, but he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone. And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition. No, he is the only other person that would use your phone, I'm
Yes.
assuming.
Well, Lucas.
Right. So Lucas wasn't there Sunday, yeah, great. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess maybe take a picture of them, the two of Tess and
The dogs?
and George and dancing, but I mean, or it's just Tess.
Mhm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Can you move it around for that?
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's all flash.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
Battery doesn't last very long.
It used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
No, I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked and,
No.
okay, but why did you say it like that? Like,
I don't think you all understand who I am, where,
well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son. I excel at everything. I would not do that.
You wouldn't want somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for us to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay. No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys are scaring me.
Sorry.
We just want you to watch this. It came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it? Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
No.
I don't know how much I can take. Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it. That's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
For everything you guys mean. For everything you guys mean. Fuck you.
Fuck you. That's you. Your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Yeah, that's when you do me, show me. I don't want to watch that, please.
Last time we talked to you, you said that you put him in the suitcase, you had two fingers hanging out.
I flipped him over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's two different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying, fuck
So this
you.
is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yeah.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later is flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
but not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because you were
Up
getting ready
here.
for bed.
Stop here.
Okay, but
Works here.
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because they're at the end.
And his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole, there's no fingers, I don't see his fingers, there's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just telling you what we see, and what we've heard from the
I
other video.
understand. I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a,
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you,
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
what does fuck you mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell
oh, like this. Like, I can tell everything by the light on it, so.
Okay.
My intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
But you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows
That's
that
why I
he's going to see his fingers.
He'll be up here in a minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling
And I
you he
didn't
can't
wake up.
breathe.
Do you think he was joking? You told me he was laughing, and I
We were,
but
we
the
were.
video, there's
When
no
we first
laugh.
got in there, both of us
So
were.
how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to recording this?
No. No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But I
you're
didn't,
the only one laughing.
but I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like, he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like,
Well, he's never been locked in a suitcase, but now he's gonna get up, so.
it kind of, I thought it was
And
a
you
boy
have oxygen.
calling wolf, crying wolf kind of thing.
Okay.
And again, my
But,
plan.
but nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking, he is begging. And you're the only one laughing,
Okay,
and you're the only one saying derogatory comments, like you're mad.
no. Please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can do this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me, like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what,
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
oh,
Why don't you remember making the video?
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
No. Just because I went upstairs and, just because you're drunk doesn't mean that you.
Times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your lips about it. You said he had his lips about you. You said that you don't like not having your lips. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay, I understand where y'all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
trying to
it.
make sense of it. We're trying to figure out.
We're trying to figure out this
You were explaining
video.
it to us. We're listening.
I did, like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But you willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and.
My plan was also to leave him in the suitcase,
So why didn't you take him out?
because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think he's asking to come out?
I didn't do it intentionally.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was your
suitcase,
plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when you did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him? Maybe I shouldn't?
No.
That didn't cross your mind.
That's
because it
like,
didn't happen.
that's like an assumption, like that's what you all are thinking, just,
We're asking.
it's the
You
whole,
tell us.
it's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was like, I thought he was okay, like I didn't, that, you
He's
all,
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name, and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
guys, that's how we are with each other. Like he is, nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing, never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in the suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in the suitcase jokingly? Because it was a joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you
I
love
wouldn't do that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
So I just,
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand, like,
I mean,
it's not my, that was not my intention.
But-
I don't have any idea what I said for him.
But by your action, that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show you any appreciation.
He did.
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you bring up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you, you couldn't breathe. And you verbally, several times, told him, just fuck you.
when you
Well,
said it,
you said it in the
you won't
video.
let us play the rest of it. You don't
And
want
you-
to.
When I say cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I think so too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating though, so I mean, that's what she, the word she means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told me,
I don't
fuck
know
you.
if you, this is
What would you say if somebody told you that they had done this?
so much.
You said somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think, so you all think that it's like, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm gonna go to sleep? Is that what you guys are trying to assume? Or trying to like,
The video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
No.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car. And
so,
that's why we want to know.
and I don't
the
remember
injuries-
doing that.
The injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really truly does.
You don't think that I have thought about that?
Thought about the video or thought about?
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm gonna go to sleep? Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us that happened.
That's what happened.
And the video, yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm not gonna say,
you thought you could
go
get out on
down,
it.
yes. but the video shows that he can knock it out on his own.
But when I unzipped it with one finger,
From the outside.
but it had a hole in it.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it?
No.
What you told us?
When I had my sweatshirt, I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's got,
But the zipper part is broken, that's.
yes, which is why we were gonna say it.
Yeah.
I just,
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
but you could on the inside too. I don't know
So
how,
why wouldn't he have gotten killed out if he could?
I don't know if you saw, like, where the hole went. I don't know.
No,
I didn't see no fingers
you're the
sticking
only
out.
one that. That's what I'm saying, like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when I flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it, or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm not kidding. I haven't assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm just gonna go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this, or hears just a little bit, like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase, and then watch
How
it
went
later?
to sleep? That's what happened.
But you let him out before, I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you got upstairs. You like consciously had to walk upstairs. So you, I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were giving me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that, but you
I
got
don't-
upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I'm sick. Especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night, that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has two fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different. And it actually showed you upset, and again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So, but my thing is,
We're assuming, we're not assuming.
but the thing is, so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, had just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also, in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole.
He eventually would have been able to get out.
Alcohol.
Based on what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out. But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay.
I did not zip it up all the way. This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
It is terrible.
Horrific. I don't think I'll ever be right because of this. Ever be right. Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally. And then this, whom I love. It was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him or anyone else.
But you did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't intentionally go to bed. If I'm saying it okay,
Hold on.
yeah.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
And what do you
it's not
normally do when you
what
go
I
to
do.
bed? What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What is bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go
But
down,
obviously
you
he
what?
tells you that, like, I
You
think
go
it's
down, you
also.
what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated, I wasn't this, I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which, yes, you can tell me I've been drinking, but
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out and telling you they can't
if
breathe?
I weren't, if I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you all are trying to do? To
I'm
portray
not
it?
trying to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
I don't
Everything.
Fine and dandy.
Was fine and dandy. You all know, okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now. I don't know, I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you, because this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just
I
left
didn't
him
kill him.
You left him there to see him alive.
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How was that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there.
He'll get out no problem. Because you
Then
don't,
he doesn't,
like
but you don't
the,
go check on him. You say you're up for 30 minutes, and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even moved,
And don't stop.
you admit to moving the suitcase, like, over,
Roll it.
so you roll it over, like, it's not like,
I said you wanted to be like that. Don't.
you didn't want it to be upside down, how do you get upside down?
Right. You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to.
That's how you talk to me most of the time. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for, not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Brian, and like, what, 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to like I was trying to do CPR. I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out and try to do CPR, and then call you guys. And it was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone, where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
And just, I don't know how, I mean, you can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was gonna get himself out, but that, he didn't, and you went upstairs, and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too,
You
like,
chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
no, wait 1 second, because I know, like, with you all, and then, like, because you continually ask me, like, time frames, where I told you, like, I don't bother even look at the clock most of the time. So it's like a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless of how long you were there, you left. You said,
I thought he was the calling wolf. Again.
okay.
So when he asked to be let out, like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs,
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times, he asked to be let out, I can't breathe, what, like, why didn't you let him out?
well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes to show in there. I'll give you 5 minutes to show.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video's at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23, so you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times, I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean, I
Were
don't
you punishing him?
No, just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you got, this is what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of it.
You said.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like, I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is in any way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing. You all.
I'm not asking time frame. I don't care about time frame. He's in the bag saying,
My
and you
God.
say, fuck you.
So like, for like the whole few minutes that he was in there, like
Minimum 11, but yes, go ahead. Just you. 11.
For one video.
Well, in between those two videos, which were
Between the
11 minutes.
videos. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to do to him? There's obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like, no.
Again, it's the boy calling wolf.
Okay, but where does this game end? Did you say this was a game? You got.
Obviously, like the wrong way.
So what was your intention for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It's not fair. You guys are trying to, again, oh, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened. How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down
And it's the whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying to do, whatever. Like, for all I know, it's 10 minutes.
He's begging for his life, telling him he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you can't tell us why you left him in there and went upstairs.
That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, so it's, what I have a feeling is, I went upstairs and just hit the bed, kind of thing. But again, I'm thinking, he'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going out?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun. This,
I don't know.
you said this was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing. You went upstairs. He had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing. But obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys, so what is it you're trying to, like,
We're just trying to figure out why.
why? What?
Why?
What was the motivation for leaving him in the bag?
Why he was left in the bag? Why did
I didn't have any motivation. It was me, he and I having a great day, fooling around, being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm gonna go to sleep.
That's excluding, that's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted, and he has a
Oh my
lump on his
gosh,
eye.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair at all,
Yes.
that you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come from?
If you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of the suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually, I'm guessing, I mean, I'm blaming it on the wine.
Let me know the one.
So you guys are like assuming that,
You keep saying we're assuming, oh, we haven't assumed anything.
but you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
No, what,
Like, this is-
the facts of what happened, we got there, you said you pulled him out of the suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that, these are the facts that you're telling us.
So I did it like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired.
So that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were assuming, you thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your weapon out. What's your favorite word to use?
Competentis.
You used it today too, to say that you guys were within your wedge. There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but you drank both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They were
city.
both purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you did, because they weren't there the day before.
So what
There's two
was?
public receipts from yesterday. Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well, I
mean, it's receipts, so it's not even worth the.
So this is, so I don't know what you guys are, I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why you.
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
Well,
But we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes, that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
So you guys think that I intentionally,
You got up on the couch,
It doesn't
and
matter.
walked up the couch, and walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drugged you up there. You didn't float up the damn stairs.
okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
I don't know what to tell you.
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger.
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
But he could push it open.
No, you didn't.
The video has been pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
because you can't breathe.
Okay.
If somebody can do something for themselves, they're gonna do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay. It wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way. He nor I. Nor. That's why this.
You didn't lay hands on each other.
No. No. I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happened. It's not fair that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
What about when you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like, really?
Exact same thing. Right, he has injuries. You have injuries. Like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Right.
Because he and I have not been at it with one another.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably gone to jail all those times that he went to jail for domestic?
Oh, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened. Because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the Because I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I always know what to do and how to do it. This, I don't know. So I don't know, like, what's going on, or like...
We are simply trying to find out as well. Again, we got one side of the story. You're telling us, we're going with what you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
And I don't even remember doing that.
Okay. You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and
I
repeating what you told us.
understand. Because I don't remember that.
Okay? Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like, what's
The one? Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
You guys are scaring me, so, like, I don't know, like, what to expect. I mean, I have questions of things that need to be taken care of, like, I don't...
Okay, you left him in the bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not
It happened.
intentionally. Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol. Not, again,
The reason that you know
you all,
Please sit down.
listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all, listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
So your intention.
I don't know what it is I need to do, or how to do it, or what to say, or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows everything that I've done for George, and love him, and continuously helped him throughout his life, with me, and made him a happier, better person.
Everybody has a limit.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody has a limit.
So it's like, okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm gonna snap. Is that what it, while we're in a good place right now?
Absolutely. I got you on video screaming, fuck you.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. This is what it feels like.
Which was however long ago. You said it.
Videos from last
But
time.
clearly,
So what did that, yeah.
there's still feelings towards it. You wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it.
But I would never do that.
But it happened, and you
But
did.
you
But
did.
that's not for being playful.
But no one's
I'm
laughing
having a good day.
No one's laughing except you.
Every day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Y'all are making me out to be a person that I'm not. Or will I ever be.
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
People have different personalities after they consume alcohol.
It depends. It's like
Well, you're sober now, so sober you.
Nice
What about
person.
drunk you?
not, it's both of us. It's both of us. And it's, again, it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
We asked you where they came from.
I have no idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else.
I have no idea. I swear I did not lay a hand on him,
You just zipped them in the bag.
nor he.
You just zipped them in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No, why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
you
you
did.
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
But you had to put them upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down because the,
Oh my
When you
gosh.
put the
See,
stuff
that's
in the worst
unfortunate. That's unfortunate because nobody else was there. That's
There's
unfortunate.
video showing the suitcase in several different positions. So it shows, one, like she just said, it had been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on its back again, so you had to.
I'm reading it like this, please. I'm reading it like this. I did not intentionally do this. No malicious intent or effort was towards this. No malicious.
I would say this is I hope you sleep, but you're not sleeping, so.
I mean,
Last night, I maybe got an hour.
Right.
in your voice, you can hear the maliciousness. The fuck you is very, very.
You don't talk to people like that. That's not like a common, like, hey, fuck you. That's not common. It's not something people do. And no one that sees that is gonna think that. Okay. So we were trying to give you an opportunity, and it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards that.
I would probably be calling myself that. My intent was not for that to happen. But he went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe he passed out, I don't know. Waiting for him. And the whole time frame thing, like, it's regardless, that's not really fair. It's waiting for him. It's not like you walked up the stairs. You can't fly up the stairs. No one can take you up the stairs. You go up the stairs, you lay in the bed, and you wait for him. Who cares if it's 5 minutes? Who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's begging for his life. He's begging to get out. You go upstairs. It doesn't matter. So get the time frame out of your mind. This whole thing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's this. So it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever. It just you're lying and like you're not changing your mind about what? You're now you were drunk. Oh, I never said that I was drunk. Exactly what you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier.
Everything was alcohol.
You blamed it on alcohol.
You blamed it on alcohol. Alcohol doesn't lie to people. Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Okay.
Yes.
So you did that sober. You knowingly left them down there sober.
I have already told those of you also that we were both drinking. Right. But you want to admit that you were drunk. I'm telling you all both. This has changed my life. I will take this. I don't know. Yeah. That's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to dance around the fact that
So what were you doing? Okay,
you left them in there. You're trying to dance around the fact. You left them in there.
this is not, it's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
That is,
He's dead.
but you think that I did that intentionally? You think that I did that intentionally?
You intentionally left them in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that?
You did.
Yes. Because I'm thinking he's gonna get out. Okay, he didn't. Obviously not.
When somebody's begging saying,
But when you say that, though, but you have to,
Let me out. I can't.
don't George though, like, again, I thought it was a boy crying wolf, so it's just like, what? Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you gonna open it, or is he 9, so he's not, really, it's not a big deal? I'm just asking a question.
Well, you said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in a suitcase.
And you zipped it up.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
That's what happened. But you keep going away from it.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happened. You
Are you all trying to have me admit that? Like, are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not true.
I'm basically stating it's a fact that that's what happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out. You go upstairs.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional. I don't know what or how I can say it. I love George. Love him. To this day still. Love him. Love makes you crazy. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what? I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
Why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him. I would do anything for him. Well, you gave up checking up on him.
Now, the love situation.
Oh gosh. Okay.
We're simply just trying to go through. I mean, again, you gave us a completely different story that you churched up to. This was such a lasting matter.
It was fun. All day. All day.
Anybody look at it, I don't think anybody look at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
So why is it you all think that y'all don't know me, you know, would do something like that, especially having a 9-year-old son?
I don't know.
Like why?
I know someone.
Like why are you so like caught on what we think?
Yeah.
Because you should be more concerned about what you told us. It's because like you guys are like trying the things that the video shows that are opposite of what you told us, and then what you know. Like what's opposite? Well, you said that it was funny, and you're the only one. We were playing before that. Okay.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun.
Well,
Because you're screaming at him. He's not going to get up. Sounds like screaming at me.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form that it's intentional. At all. Ever. Okay. Are you still going to allow us to do your fingernails? Go for it. Go for it. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to get that set up. Do you need to know that when you come back and ask about this? Yeah. So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
was.
understand how your story changes so much to the fact
How did it change me? Please help me explain it. Understand.
you went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing. And it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I didn't think so. Like, I just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It was a great day.
Okay.
It didn't end well, obviously.
What I'm going to say is, I mean,
I can't explain to you. I can't explain to you how horrific it was.
okay,
To find him. Horrific. Because I don't remember taking this video.
okay.
How horrific. I'm thinking he's in the bathroom. I'm thinking he's downstairs in the laptop. I can't find him. So what's going to happen? Like,
Here's the good thing though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in a suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you. How does somebody have their wits about him when...
See, that's the thing too. But you can clearly tell. You can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
I've had several people that came up to me in that apartment complex that you were drunk on a daily basis.
Oh
You
my
were screaming at
gosh.
them
Right.
regularly.
Right.
Really?
Right. Talk to the property manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not.
These are your neighbors that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How many
Oh
do you
my
have?
person. What are your questions?
Yep.
Can I help you? Who's coming? Did you get the fingernails?
Yes, you said that we said.
And you don't have to allow us to do it, just so you know, so don't take that.
I don't have a problem.
Okay, just make sure.
So, am I getting my phone back?
No,
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
no.
Not today.
What does that mean?
We're still going through
Oh,
everything.
that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's videos that we need to see on it, so we need
That's
to do our
fine.
due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did then, which was not intentional. And that, is that correct?
She's asking about retiring. And
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not gonna agree with what you're saying, I'm not, that you're.
So, his person officer,
Mhm.
do you all inform her or do I need to call her?
We don't need to, we don't have to inform her, so we'd like to call you again. Are you saying because he's on probation?
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I thought, I didn't know how it was.
Legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling. We don't,
Everybody else?
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too.
Classes. You need to do what?
Substance abuse class and then boundary intervention.
Yeah,
So
we
then
have
I'll just carry that. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's got to do. So she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been attempting in a suitcase? Or don't think I
That's what-
didn't get it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, because I had been in the suitcase, and she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me. I'm leaving it at that. So, I don't know if you all know how to do this, because so that's what I was gonna ask, you already asked you. So, are you all updating his parents today, or when he gets final, whatever?
What does it matter? What we tell his parents, maybe?
Because
We're gonna talk to them.
okay,
I have to.
but it's gonna come down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is he supposed to tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise.
here's the thing.
Whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night, their son was dead. There was not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy
Was
thing.
it yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
Another question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I asked you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not gonna happen.
Yeah, probably a terrible idea.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about,
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we asked. We have no way of.
I didn't know, that's why I'm
Yeah.
asking.
It'll
So,
be up to them to make the arrangements of what they want to do. Like she just told you, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're gonna do.
I thought he can't even be released, so.
I've been there with parents, grandparents, and uncles. So, I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was gonna call his former employees, whom he really cared for, and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't wanna do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his, wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then.
It'll be released to the next of kin.
Yeah, okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger, it goes to them, they're the ones that are gonna release it, we don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like, how do I find out what's what, how many, like, what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swab stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
That's the
the
only.
daily Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Okay.
Why would you guys, oh, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat, for Lucas, and the seat. And this is just his phone, my phone, and the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So, what's next?
They're gonna come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about like, in the long run, like, what do I need to like, do I need to be doing something, or like,
I can't tell you what to do.
I mean, like, so like, for, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna like, because it makes it sound like to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it. And a handful of other things I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Okay.
So,
We're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
so is there going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is, kind of thing, or like, because I've done the whole court thing, I've done the whole attorney thing, I've done whatever, so if, I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George. That's not the situation, but it's trying to depend on me. That was not my intent. But it's trying to depend on me. So however, or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. So that's why I'm asking what the next step is, other than me getting my nails swabbed.
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused of a crime? Is that what you're asking? Like, I don't know what you...
I'm trying to prepare myself for whatever may need to be done, so I can, I can stick up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what, oh, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian. I'm so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're gonna tell them? Like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell them?
I don't think it really matters what we're gonna tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is the fuel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're gonna go, I'm not saying that we're gonna go and tell them every single thing we have. But again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office of Public Records, so eventually, like, this all will come out. So, it's just, like, I'm not, you're making it sound like we're gonna tell them something, so then your life is in danger, and I don't like that accusation. So, let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
I cannot choose.
But we can't even, but, so, technically there's no concrete report yet, even.
Right, so it's, you want me to like tell you exactly what I'm gonna tell them? I don't know what I'm gonna tell them, let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs, I don't know what I'm gonna tell them. So, can I call you the way that I did last time? Yeah, my phone is in line. This should be there now. I get it, look, I get it. That was really bad. So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life, it was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional. I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, if you're promising on your son's life, that's fine. That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it means. Okay. I hope you take that to heart. Please. And it's documented that you said that, yeah. I get it. Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
What's up, man?
What did you say?
I said, no, I mean, our digital forensics unit is, got a lot of cases on the plate. I mean,
Well, and that's not technically my laptop, it's Lucas's laptop. But you'll see all the games he has on there.
as soon as we can get that back to Lucas, we will. As soon as we can release your phone, we will. But we have no way of being able to tell you because we don't have control over their case other than how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think, honestly, with everything else that's going on, it should probably be at the bottom of your list of words.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Okay.
Did Brian not have a laptop for him? He has his laptop that he has to do for work, but he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping. It's not a big deal. There's nothing on the laptop anyway. So you will keep me posted, like updated? That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime. I don't know, I can't, I don't know what to tell you though. But you all have more information than I do, where it's like, yeah, you might want to, or yeah, you might want to.
Sorry, what?
Like, we have more information on what?
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
But, like I was telling her, yeah, that's bad, which I swore on my son's life was not intentional. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself going forward with it, nonetheless, with his family. And are you also showing up with Lucas now?
We've already both told you that we would be mindful in these situations.
So do you guys, I guess you're gonna call me tomorrow? Or do you come back down here? I'll chat with you next time. I have no idea what I'm gonna call you next. Doesn't the report come out tomorrow?
Our report.
I'm just saying the report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity, so if someone were to come request something, then... No, I'm talking about, Ms. Autopsy. She's waiting and doing her follow-up, but...
She's looking at him, yes.
Yeah.
But she won't be finished with him because she's pending further stuff.
So after this, what? I'm done? For now? How long does this stuff take to get back?
You won't get back the swabs and stuff. We'll stay.
They don't know about it?
Sorry. I'm just sorry, so I keep calling my phone. I keep having to have other people call them to see what they need.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot. I mean, no.
But my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position like that?
Yes, but you have to understand too,
Just what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I have no idea because I've never done it before.
Why have you never done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why did I do it before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know why. You just know that it's not intentional, but you don't know why. But that's okay.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
Exceeding and penning. Why would you guys assume that I'm that kind of person?
We're not assuming anything. We're going by the facts. It happens.
Like you said, you don't know me. What time is it, please? 4:40. In itself, for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough. I think that's why I haven't slept. Because that's all I see. So that right there says something. Not my intention. Nonetheless, I have to live without him now. Nonetheless, punishment in itself.
Definitely a tragic situation.
I screwed it all wrong. It's unfortunate that stupid things like this happen.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
There's always two.
Are you trying to make it worse?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Make what worse?
How I feel?
Yeah, different comment.
She is fine. I was there yesterday, and then she took your photos. keep shipping stranger. Brittany? Okay, Sarah. So, you're not free to go? Okay. Do you promise everything you told us is the truth? Or no? Everything we talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
He has to swear. Remember I swore you yesterday on the audio recording? I just forgot to raise his hand to remind me to tell you.
Okay.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
For which
True and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
What, that wasn't intentional?
Everything you've said today, everything that's come out of your mouth has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct. Yes.
Why?
That's how you
talk to somebody, we to assure that everything that we talked about is,
true and accurate to the best of that person's knowledge.
not a trick question,
To the best of my knowledge?
to the best of your knowledge.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Okay. Okay.
Give me a favor, stand up. You should turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand
He's
that.
still dead.
Well, we don't.
Someone needs to call Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when you get down to the jail.
So why is this happening? So this was a trick?
No, it's not. How's the trick? I'm here to ask you to explain a few things to us. And
You were right, you're right.
your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
It doesn't matter. It's still there. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Really, guys?
Really.
So if I can show up. Why is this happening?
Because
Before you all said I could leave. That I was done after that.
we were done, yes. We were done. Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is,
We are done.
right? Not intentional.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to do now?
You will,
Someone needs to call Brian. Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
that's what we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas. Now he's just not going to have me come home. So there's nothing that I can do.
All right, no.
There's nothing that I can do in order to go home and see Lucas and prepare.
All right, no. You'll be afforded the time in court. You'll be afforded an attorney. You'll be afforded a chance to talk to a judge, and all that stuff will be worked out.
But what's the time frame to that, though?
I have no way of being able to tell you. You should make first appearance by tomorrow morning, if not tonight. Depending on how things are busy, how quickly you get down there.
I
I
haven't
don't
seen
work
permission that this is going to happen. And I need water like really fast, dude.
Absolutely.
You all shut down.
Absolutely not.
I just got those.
Okay. They are not allowed in the jail.
So I can't even figure out what.
What? Am I going?
And what am I going to do with my car?
So you find where it is. When you get down there, you'll have 3 phones. You'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down there, get with them. You'll be able to use the phone in the
But
waiting
how
room.
long will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
You know, it depends how busy, how quickly they get you through. I would say within the hour. It's a free phone call in the lobby. It's a free phone
All I'm
call.
doing is bringing their side of the paper down.
She has no clue.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, the holding cells, am I going to be talking about those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Let them know that. I don't know.
Well, you're familiar with the big bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. You'll be left there for a
Can you
while.
request that when I'm
No,
there?
that's not what's us. You don't work at the jail.
As long as what you're saying is if you don't
If
have
you go in
to.
and act like this, you'll go in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
How do I
cursing,
do that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out. If you go in acting like this,
So I asked for the big bang?
they'll put you there as long as you're acting like this.
I did, because the last time I had a major panic attack with the building.
Good, Jenna.
I am not.
So what am I going to do with my purse? Okay.
At first it's gonna come, but the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put it like opposite, my bad.
Oh, that's all good. Mine are the opposite, so.
What made you all decide to do this?
They just decided to do this.
Uh-huh.
Georgia said.
You guys, I knew this was going to happen.
You did? Okay.
So I came out to the village.
Yes, absolutely. We were trying to figure out what's going on. We're still trying to figure out.
Unintentionally.
Don't forget, I have my, I don't know if it's able to see or not.
I apologize.
I have things in my car that I need to,
What kind of stuff do you have in your car that you're worried about?
well, I have my medication.
Okay, they have a pharmacy there, so if there's something that you have to have right away, you'll be seeing a
It
nurse.
can't be packed up.
So again, when you get tested, you're going to be seeing a nurse. And that they have a pharmacy there, so they'll be able to take care of any kind of that stuff. That protocol is out of my realm. I don't work on this, I don't know, but I do know they do have a pharmacy. And that you will be worried to see somebody. Okay?
Hold on.
I put that in. All right.
Judge, can we approach the bench?
Yes. All right, members of our jury, I have an instruction that I need to read to you at this time. You have heard and watched a recorded interview that contained opinions and statements by Detective Lowen and Detective Copsell to Sarah Boone. These opinions and statements are pertinent only to explain the reactions and responses they elicit. You are not to consider these opinions and statements by the police officers as true, but only to establish the context of Sarah Boone's reactions and responses. You may continue.
Ma'am, did all of these events that you have testified to in regards to your investigation, did they all occur in Orlando, Orange County, Florida?
Yes, they did.
And ma'am, do you see the person today here in court who admitted to zipping up Jorge Torres in a suitcase?
Yes, I do.
Do you see the person today here in court whose voice you heard on the suitcase video taunting Jorge Torres?
Yes.
Do you see the person here today in court who admitted to you flipping Jorge Torres while he was in the suitcase?
Yes, I do.
And do you see the person today here in court who admitted going to bed while Jorge Torres continued to suffer in the suitcase?
Yes, I do.
Could you please identify that person by an article of clothing they're wearing?
Yes, she's at the defense table in black and I guess a pinkish top.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant?
Record will so reflect.
No further questions at this time.
Members of the jury, it is 5:59. I tried to get you out of here before 6. We will continue with the balance of the state's presentation tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm going to give you another instruction similar to what I've read you previously over the last couple of days. Jurors, you must not conduct any investigation on your own. This includes reading newspapers, watching television, or using a computer, cell phone, the internet, any electronic device, or any other means at all to get information related to this case or the people and places involved in this case. This applies whether you are in the courthouse, at home, or anywhere else. You must not visit places mentioned in the trial or use the internet to look at maps or pictures to see any place discussed during the trial. Jurors do not watch local news or read local newspapers. Jurors must not have discussions of any sort with friends, family members, or even your fellow jurors about the case or the people and places involved. So do not let anyone make comments to you or ask questions about the trial. I want to stress again that just as you must not talk about this case face-to-face, you must not talk about this case by using an electronic device. You must not use phones, computers, or other electronic devices to communicate. Do not send or accept any messages related to this case or your jury service. Do not discuss this case or ask for advice by any means at all, including posting information on an internet website, chat room, or blog. With that, members of the jury, we'll be in recess for this evening. We will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. And again, I thank you for your attention and your sacrifice in this matter.
Jury next week.
Y'all may be seated. State, anything else we need to discuss this evening?
I received a motion from the defense that I guess they filed at 5:08 p.m. regarding the witness Pearl Walker to appear by Zoom. It is not something I can agree to. I'm not sure if they're meeting for deposition or trial or both. It doesn't specify.
No, I talked to Ms. Walker's daughter, who is her caregiver, and they're going to have her down here at 6 o'clock at the state attorney's office for the deposition, and then they'll go from there. Kevin Beck's going to be handling the deposition. But she's outside the courtroom, Judge.
Okay. Specifically referring to a motion for witness to appear via Zoom filed October 21st, 2024 at 5:08 p.m. The court has reviewed it. We can address this tomorrow after you've had the opportunity to take the deposition.
I would just submit based on what we've just heard, she can appear in person because she has.
Is that your final position?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think it would be wise to ask her those kind of questions from the lawyers so they would be able to give a more detailed response about why she doesn't want to appear in court. But I understand their position.
Here's the problem that I have. The rule 3.116D requires or allows the court to have virtual testimony or remote testimony if all parties consent. And I'm not hearing consent on behalf of the state attorney's office. And in reviewing the other portions of that specific rule, it all follows if there's consent. So I can't allow your request based on the lack of consent between the parties. So for the record, the motion for witness to appear via Zoom filed today, October 21, 2024, is denied in accordance with Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.116, Section D, Paragraph 1.
Judge, and the only other thing is we're trying to logistically get our witnesses here. We're going to fly one in, and of course, Ms. Walker and the experts. I'm just asking for what their plan is for their case for tomorrow.
Judge, we covered it up at the bench, I thought. This is our last witness. It's up to them on how long they cross her. I thought we anticipated Ms. Boone taking stand at 10 a.m.
He mentioned 10:30.
And my understanding was that Mr. Mr. Cacciatore had no further questions for Detective Kepsel, and that we would tender her for cross tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mr. Henderson had advised it would be 30 to 45 minutes. Taking the worst case scenario, that would be 9:45, built in 15 minutes for redirect. I don't know if it's going to take that long. We will then remove the jury. Once the state rests, we will address any motions. I will colloquy your client on a couple of different matters, and then I will turn it over to you. So I would say that a start time, a good range, would be between 10 and 10:30. I hope we don't have the same delays we had this morning with access. It's Tuesday, not Monday. There may be less jurors, so it may allow better efficiency in moving our panel in. But as soon as the state rests, I intend on moving to motion, colloquying your client, and turning the ball over to you, sir, for you to call your first witness.
Prior to Sarah Boone testifying, I am going to want to view with her the suitcase in the back.
Understood. Okay, anything else, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, sir.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, may I approach an unrelated matter?